Okay, this is the final video for the Gentoo base install. I've already done the reboot on it. I had to make a user because with SSH you can't log into a root account. So I'm going to give you the command for that. It's after you do the reboot, at the end of the manual, there should be a link to finalizing, and it should be the first thing. But I'll go ahead and do the command here. If you wanted to add a command, like say you had logged back in, and you were in the root account, which is this is probably what it would look like. Then what you would want to do is one of these, either -M or -uppercase G, makes the home directory, but I'm not sure. I can't remember which one it is. Well, okay, it's -M, and -G does the groups. Okay, well, that's self-explanatory. Now, if we do groups under the root account, you can see that there's quite a few in here. But we're not going to do that for the user. So it would be, I knew one of these extensions, that one does the home directory, and this one does the groups. Well, it's -G, so I should have figured that out myself. But anyhow, and I just do basically the minimal, because when you do certain things on here, you may, like the instructions may tell you that you need to add that user to a particular group for the particular software to take effect. So you can add and subtract users from whatever groups you want, as long as you're the administrator or the root user. Now you have to add wheel, otherwise then you can't use SU. If you don't have wheel on here, what you would have to do is, if like if you were creating a user and you forgot to add the wheel group, basically you could log in as a user, but then you would have to get to another terminal and log in as root, which there's nothing, that's not a bad practice. But the thing about it is, SU won't work. You can't do SU return and then use the root password. It won't work. So that's what the wheel group is for. And then you would put in the username, whatever username you want to use, and then you hit enter. It'll take a few seconds, and then, or a couple of seconds, you'll get your prompt back. I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. And then you would do that part's important, because if you just create the user and don't create a password for them, I don't know if it can be fixed or not. because I've never had that issue. But so that's that part. Now there's something I missed when I was doing the install, and I didn't even see it until I looked back through the video. And that's when I got to the section on doing F-stab. So I'm going to go ahead well, I guess I fixed it. But when I did the install, I did that, and I didn't even see it. I didn't notice it or nothing. And then when I was looking over the video, I realized, well, that could be an issue. It could be an issue and it could not be an issue because there's 6 gigabytes of memory on the computer. So literally, if I had not noticed it, the system would still work. But I did see it, and I apparently fixed it. I have not rebooted the computer, so it might, everything might work better if I reboot the computer. Who knows? And that's really the only things I have worked on. Trying to think what else. I'm going to do videos in the future on how to do Xorg and a window manager, and just the way I do things. I do know how to make a menu for OpenBox, but really the simpler thing to do is just to copy a menu over and edit what you need to edit. Or what you can also do is there is a Gentoo has menu maker software that you can issue the command to for it, and whatever applications you have on your computer, it will actually make a menu for those applications. That's the easier method to do, but it's still fun, I think, to try and create your own menu. I do not have an example to go by, but I do have a menu created and saved somewhere. I just don't know where at the moment. But it is interesting. I just like how Gentoo works. It shows you how to take care of certain things. There's something I gotta check on. Well, hang on a minute. I think I made a symbolic link for the make config file. So and I've already set up my video cards thing. I didn't do that when I did the video drivers. And I honestly have no clue if that's correct or not. I may have to reboot the computer and see if I get any errors. But and I think there's one or two other things that should be in here, but I'm not going to mess with it. Everything's working right now, and there's a couple of things I should fix or add, but I really don't see the point to do that until I get an error on it. So I think that's about it. I have got MC installed, and there's one thing I wanted to show. Now it's very useful for doing this. One thing I like about it is there's an appearance tab. Now doing this on the desktop is pretty easy, but you can change the colors on it, which is cool, I think. And in some situation, it's a lot easier on the eyes. Let's see. That was pretty good. I don't know what the difference is between dark far and dark. Apparently it's double lines. featured plus. Well, I don't know what featured plus is. Let's find out. Well, I can't tell the bloody difference. Oh, that's too hard on the eyes. That's not bad. MC46. Oh, there's more apparently. Okay. Okay. Now wait a minute, what did it say to do? Set color term equals true color if your terminal really supports. I don't know how well that's going to work. Let's see. Terminal. Colors. Well, I don't even know. Oh well, screw it. It ain't that important. It's just curious. But that really wasn't what I wanted to talk about. When you're in the, I've heard a lot of people say that the terminal and text mode is the same thing, and that's not the case in Linux. It used to be the case many years ago, but they've changed so many things and added so many things. It's not the case now. And if you're at the command line doing this, basically you don't have a terminal window. I cannot get to the command line because then I won't be able to record. But basically, you could use the function keys, like you've got function 1 for help, function 2 for menu, function 9 would be the pull down, and that would be these up here, left, file, command, options, and right are under the pull down key. But these are all function keys. Now function 10 at the command line will quit MC, but it won't do it in the terminal. In the terminal, you get the file menu or the terminal menu. So to make it work, you would have to use the mouse, and that quits MC. I just thought I'd try to make a quick video, but it didn't happen. And that's basically it for the base install. I want to do other videos about installing Xorg and getting a window manager working and just going through some of the steps. Now, if I do there should not be very much running right now, and there's not. Let's see. And there shouldn't be many modules running. Well, there's none. Let's see. I know I don't have PCI, and I could use the lspci command. Well, it does work in here. Huh. That is interesting, because I know I don't have PCI utils installed on. Hang on. You can actually get a lot done from the command line that you can still do at the desktop. I don't want to show off or anything. Well, I can't do it anyhow because I don't have the right things installed. You can move files around at the command line. There is a program called Image Magic that works from the command line, meaning you don't have to have no graphics installed, and you can edit images and resize them and all that sort of thing. You can watch videos from the command line. You gotta enter a command, using MPlayer. So it seems like VLC has a command line option, but I've never tried it. So there's a bunch of things you can get done from the command line. You can surf the internet from the command line. Um, so there's a great deal you can get done. And I actually use a lot of command line programs on the desktop because they just work better for me. But anywho, so this is all for the base install. As far as I know, I covered everything. I went by the handbook in most cases, but just made small edits where this is basically how I install Gentoo, and this is how I do it. So that's it.